Hey everyone, Simone here. Welcome to the Joy of Business newsletter this month. And this month is pretty appropriate. It's called Business on the Run. How many of you guys are actually traveling and doing business at the same time? I actually desired to do this for so long, many years. I was like, what would it take to be able to travel and do business at the same time? So guess what? I travel probably about 9-10 months of the year. And I absolutely love it. But here's some top handy hints for you. Number one, it's like, make sure you're comfortable. Just because you're traveling doesn't mean you have to stay in a small place. Doesn't mean that you have to be uncomfortable. Make sure you're comfortable, even if that means figuring out how you can travel business class. When I first started traveling, I traveled economy. And then I demanded of myself and the universe, because I was like, wow, this is not going to work out for me. If I'm traveling this much and I'm traveling economy, I've got to create something different. So I actually asked for more money to show up so that I could travel in style. I could travel in business class. I could stay at hotels rather than crashing on the floor of someone's, lounge room. But what I also started to do was look at the ways I could create that, because it wasn't just about creating more money. So I looked into things like frequent flyer points, and what I ended up doing was creating so many frequent flyer points by using my credit card and flying, etc., that I could upgrade. So that's how I first started flying business class. So ask, what would it take to be comfortable when you travel? Okay. Number two, learn your time zones. One of my favorite things I have open on my computer is timeanddate.com. So you know where everyone is, who to call and when not to call them. And also just a little hint, I always turn my phone onto silent. So if you're ever trying to get me, don't worry, you're not going to wake me up. When I go to sleep, I turn my phone on silent. So text me, it's fine. Okay, so number three is get organized. Get organized with your stuff at home so that you're not sort of, heading home and then you've got piles of mail, etc. Do you have an assistant? Get them to organize stuff for you. Could you organize someone to open your mail? Email you if you have bills that have to be paid, etc. Because if you're going to travel and you're going to incorporate work into it, you need to get organized. So what would it take for you to be organized in your life whilst you travel? Okay, what have we got now? Number three, empower people that you work with, because if you're traveling as well, and even if you're a CEO, a boss, someone you work with, you need to incorporate everybody else's awareness as well. So empower them. The people back at home, empower them. It's like, okay, what's your awareness? How would you deal with this? And give them the green light, as we call it in Joy of Business. You've got the green light, go. Because you know what? You'll always know if there's something funky and weird. It's like you'll get this like, when you're about to do something, or this moment where the energy just sort of gets really funky. It's like, that's when you have to ask for assistance. You have to ask somebody else for their awareness, ask for help, include someone else. And this is all about functioning from awareness and consciousness, and the willingness to choose and the willingness to know that your choices will create something greater for your life and living and business. Okay, what else have I got here? You know what? Have fun. I invite you this month to be greater than you think you can be. So what would it take? What would you have to choose? What would you have to change? Are you living the life you'd like to lead? You don't need to do your business in your hometown anymore. Geographically, everything is available. So if you did business on the run, what would you choose? How would you start? And how much fun can you have? I'll show you some of the place where I'm staying at. I'm in Copenhagen, Denmark at the moment, and heading to Milano in Italy today, and heading to a castle tomorrow. So how much fun can I have? All right, see you soon. It's cold up here in Copenhagen. Looks can be deceiving. It doesn't look cold, but it is. So this is one of the places that we stay at. It's an Airbnb, which is another top tip. Check out airbnb.com. Got fabulous places. I have had some people booking some things on Airbnb which have ended up a little strange. Like they thought they were getting the house to themselves and, someone was sleeping in the next room. But make sure you tick the right boxes. You want the entire place if that's what you want to do. Or if you want to share a room, you can do that too. Share a house, I mean. Sharing a room's a whole different story. Okay, so this is where I'm staying in Copenhagen. Bikes. There's bikes everywhere. Up here. A lot of people A lot of people living in the same place. I'm not sure I could do that all the time. So, but this is, we actually stay here in summer as well, which is really beautiful because you can have a barbecue up here and a little, rooftop terrace. Right now, though, it's cold. So, but this is just one of the places that we choose to have fun at when we travel. Well, where would you like to travel to? If you could travel anywhere this year, where would you choose to go? What if you made the demand that you actually created it?